Okay, this is our review of constructing an effective thesis statement and using the health strategy to develop ideas. A thesis statement is the last sentence of the introduction, which is the first paragraph, and it tells the reader what the writer thinks about the topic. It's an opinion. There are several characteristics of a thesis statement that it's useful to understand and learn in preparation for the STAR writing test. The first is that a thesis statement should be assertive, meaning that whenever you write this statement, you write it in a way that sounds as if you are very confident or you are bold in what you are saying. The example is, people should exercise regularly. That's a thesis statement. That's a pretty simple thesis statement, but it's a good example because it is not written as a people maybe should exercise regularly or people probably should exercise regularly. Instead, the writer sounds confident whenever they use the words in the right order and just say people should exercise regularly. Thesis statements should also be specific. They should be focused or exact. Okay, using strong words that tell exactly what you're going to be writing about. A thesis statement uses strong verbs. In the example sentence, the verb is escape. This is a strong verb that's very interesting to the reader and makes them want to pay attention to your paper. Little things like word choice really do work to engage your reader and make a difference in how focused they are on grading your paper or listening to your writing. Do make a statement. A thesis statement should always be written as a sentence, beginning with a capital letter and ending with a period. Also, a thesis statement is concise. Remember, it's one sentence. So use fewer words, but use your most important words. Now, things a thesis statement should not be. A thesis statement should not be split or divided. In the example sentence, we know that the writer intends to talk about how exercise makes a person healthier and how exercise makes a person happier. These are two different ideas. I can imagine them being two separate paragraphs. One describing the physical benefits of exercise, the other paragraph describing the mental health benefits of exercise. For your thesis statement, however, you should combine these ideas. Okay? Maybe your thesis statement will say something like that exercising regularly has many positive health benefits for a person. It's the same idea, but positive health benefits combines the ideas of healthier and happier. You have not split or divided your thesis now. A thesis statement should not describe the strategy of the paper. You're too mature of a writer by the 7th grade. You've been explained this lesson many, many times to introduce your paper in any way as I am going to explain how. I'm going to tell you about. I am writing an essay for. Okay? I always say that this ignores what I call the Nike philosophy. Okay? Don't tell me you're going to explain. Just do it. Don't tell me that you're going to tell me about something. Just do it. Another thing that a thesis statement should avoid is wordiness. Okay? This can lead to repetition, can lose your focus very easily, and you can get your audience, okay, the reader of your essay, very bogged down in how you're explaining things versus what your actual topic is and how you feel about it. A thesis statement should not be written as a question. It is a sentence. Again, it should begin with a capital letter, end with a period. A rhetorical question, or even a legitimate question, makes you seem like you are not certain or confident in the opinion that you're expressing, so you do not come off as being assertive, which is something that a thesis statement should be. Now, the second part of our discussion today is about the HELP strategy, which is useful for developing your ideas and your support for your essay. The HELP strategy is named after the acronym made up by the beginning letters of each of the words. This just provides you with a variety of ways to explore an idea. So, for example, if you were writing about the importance of forgiveness, perhaps you could brainstorm a historical fact or event that you're already familiar with, no research allowed during star writing, in which someone either was forgiven or forgave someone else. And it's a good example of the importance of forgiveness. Now, if you do not readily remember a historical fact or person, then I would say do not use a historical example or spend your time trying to brainstorm a historical example. Just skip that one. Entertainment is usually one that is very familiar to students. You're usually able to recall television shows, movies, music lyrics, video game plots even, in which someone may do whatever the topic is. For example, the importance of forgiveness, okay, where that may be an important topic on that entertainment TV show or whatever. Literature is a very good way of connecting to the star topic and using it as an example. It's one of the reasons why we're doing independent reading assignments frequently right now, because they are chosen because they have good examples, okay, of the different types of topics that STAR usually will ask 7th graders to write about. They often ask 7th graders to write about things like friendship and honesty, overcoming challenges, making mistakes. These are very common types of topics, and a lot of young adult literature focuses on similar topics or themes, and it makes for very good examples in your star writing. Personal examples or stories from your personal experience is the last letter of the acronym, and these are possibly the easiest ones to brainstorm. And I usually advise students that if you cannot recall all the details of a personal story that you want to use as an example, then it's perfectly acceptable to fudge the details a little bit, to make things up, to add to the story. Don't exaggerate to the point where your personal story is not realistic. But most of us aren't easily able to recall every detail of a personal experience. And star writing is a perfectly fine time to be able to make up a few of those details if you're not quite sure about what happened. Okay, when you are done with your notes on your Kami doc, don't forget to come up to the Tuesday row on the chart and write down 2 or 3 takeaways or big ideas, okay, things that you should remember from today's discussion. In addition, you'll need to go to Schoology and complete the exit ticket that is there for today. Make sure you have completed yesterday's reading assignment, which was Thank You Ma'am by Langston Hughes. And today's reading assignment is a poem called What If We Are Here Alone, or something like that. I forget the exact title. It's got a positively stunning picture, okay, illustrating the title, What If We Were Alone? And it's not a very long poem whatsoever. You can expect questions on that within the next couple of days. And that's all for today. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Have a nice afternoon.